Now,
And now you have English.
okay,
Okay.
yes.
So what happened in school today?
Nothing except, hey, okay, nothing except that tomorrow is the STEM festival. So we are, we are going to like, um, put some products that we made with our hands, handmade, handmade products to show and, and introduce about it in in 7 minutes. And I'm very scared about that because my class is not very good at um good at teamwork
Okay.
because doing and cheating. Not like cheating. They are like fighting together all the time.
Oh.
Sometimes it's
Okay. So now, um, are you doing it in English or in Vietnamese?
we do in Vietnamese about, let me see what, okay, let me see, let me count how many subjects we did: geography, history, English, math, Vietnamese, um uh, arc, arc, what is okay, okay, um
Okay, but is your presentation in English or Vietnamese?
mm, wait, 2080. 20 is English and 80 is like we have about eight eight subjects
Okay.
and about over 10 is eight subject and is about over eight over eight because a subject we will have one or two products. So we have over eight products. So we just have to to talk about to talk about it in English just for English subject.
Okay, just for the
Okay.
English subject. Okay, so what did you make? What handmade item did you make?
We my team is work with the seesaw.
Oh, a seesaw. Okay. So let's do this. For the next 5 minutes, you explain to me how your seesaw works, how you made it. So I'll help you with your English.
Okay.
Okay, so now do your presentation for me in English about your seesaw. Let's hear.
Okay. Now.
Yes, now. Just try
Okay.
off the top of your head. It'll help you
Okay.
prepare for tomorrow.
First, I have to ask one thing that what is the plastic they are cover over this thing, this
Oh,
on the walls, there's some plastic is stick up of this. What is it?
that covers the wires.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
that is
called the
called trunking.
chunking. The white we stick on the wall,
Yes,
right?
hold on. I'm going to send you a message so that you can read it. Okay, there. I sent you a message. It's called trunking.
Okay, chunking.
Yes.
Yeah, we use chunking to make the seesaw. Um, What is it? I cannot. I just know it's a seesaw. It will have a stick like this, and there's a hole like this to make it bump up and down like this, right? What is this?
Okay, it's not a pivot. Okay, let me help you with your English here. Okay, so I'm gonna Google it. What is the middle of a seesaw called? Okay, I found a picture. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't tell me. Okay, I know it's got a name. It's not a pivot, it's a center of yeah, okay, it's a pivot or a fulcrum.
Yeah.
Okay, it's called a
Yeah,
fulcrum.
that.
Let me show you. I found a picture which can help you. Okay, can you see?
Wait, it's like okay.
Okay, so this middle piece is called your fulcrum. Your fulcrum is what something balances on, like what your seesaw balances on, and then it moves. A pivot
Wait.
is more like a center point where things turn. So a fulcrum is your up and down movement, and pivot is your round movement.
No. I mean, what is this?
What is what?
Okay.
Okay, that. Oh, what do you call that? I don't know. I've never looked at what a seesaw is. I've never looked at the parts of a seesaw, but at least now we're
Yeah,
helping you.
we are
Okay.
already forgot about the seesaw. When we make it, we have to search on Google it to think about it again because it's too far away.
Okay, let's look seesaw diagram. Okay. So I would just call it like a, let's see if it's got a name. Okay, I would literally just call it a plank, like a plank of wood, but you did it with trunking, which is plastic. So I would just say it's a plastic beam, a plastic beam. There we go. So we can call this, let's look at this. Okay. So what we'll do is we will call this here a beam. Oops, beam. So that is this here. Then usually they have a seat and a seat. So that will obviously be called a seat.
Yeah.
And in this, you can just call your fulcrum.
Okay. Wait. I'll have to change. Okay. Here. This will no. What do I need? Okay. With the beam, we did it with the trunking. Like I say, the
Yes.
seat, we make with the trunking, and it's look like this, and then this for the handle, like the handle. We put
Okay,
it
yes,
to
because a
yeah
handle
to get
comes
the
up
right.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
and here at the forkham we put a stick. No, not on. It's like three of chunking, and we put a nails here, a nails here
Okay.
to like stick the beam and the fork in together.
Okay, to stick the fulcrum or the beam to the fulcrum. Okay, so that is
Yeah,
nails. So
yeah.
does your seesaw move?
Yes, there is move. It's gooder than the first one. The first one we make with ice cream stick.
Ice cream sticks. Okay, so gooder is not a word. We use the word better because you said it's gooder.
I
Okay.
say gooder.
Yes, you said gooder. Okay, I think you were just talking fast, so it came out without thinking. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, it's better than the first one because the first one we make the ice cream stick.
okay,
It's just it's long about 50
okay,
centimeters, and what is long and is high. The beam is have like this, right? And
okay.
what
So
is
this way here, if it goes sideways, this is called your width.
no, I mean
I
this
mean,
way.
no, not your width. Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay. Now we have a blue seesaw. Okay, so let me just try and draw something. Okay, so here we have a block.
Okay.
Uh, how are we gonna
Okay.
make it? Okay, wait. I need to make it 3D or else it's not gonna work. Okay. So here we have a block.
Okay.
Now, like I said, it needs to be 3D. So let's make it 3D. Don't judge my drawing. It's very hard to draw on a computer.
No.
Okay, so there is our block. So if you're looking at something that is 3D, we then call this over here our height.
Okay.
So your height is how much it is from the floor to the top of your item.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have your width, which goes across your item. So that is your width. And then we have your length, which is the long way of an item. So length. Okay, so it's a bit hard with the square, but if we had something like a rectangle, so your rectangle will look like this. So with your rectangle, your length is usually the longest and your width is usually the shortest. And your height doesn't change. Your height is how long it is or how big it is from the floor or the table to the top of your item.
Okay. But I mean, and when we travel up, like this is all, the forecam usually is no always the forecam will on the floor, right? But when we flip it over, is we have the beam is like this, and what is called for this way?
Okay, that is your width.
Okay, this.
That'll be your width. And then this way here will be your length. And
Okay,
then if you add the fulcrum from here to the top of your seesaw is your height.
right.
Okay. So height, that is length. Like I said, the longer side is usually your length. And then the shorter side, like there, is your width.
Okay, the length is 50 centimeters, and the width we make two of the make just two of the ice cream stick. It's not a small one. The ice cream stick is big as this, and two
Okay.
of them is about what is that? It's about 10 centimeters.
Okay.
And it looks like it's very thin. It's look like this. Okay.
Okay.
Like this. So my teacher say it's not good. So we make it again once, and now the one now is look better. It's like this. Oh,
Okay.
what's
It's thicker.
that? Okay. I
Okay.
don't know what's wrong. Okay, it will look like this. And there's a seat here, the handle here. There's also in like in here. Okay. And there's a nail here with the fork in here. Okay. It's really like that. But they are some sticky paper on
Okay.
here in green. Okay. Okay. Here, green here, and green here. We have like sort of problem that this is this is white. This one is also white. On this is white. Here's white. So tomorrow I have to bring my coloring to class so they can color those places.
Okay. So you still need to color it in and make it look pretty.
Yeah. We like it white, but the teacher say this is the math project. So the math teacher said is that these are usually for small kids, so we have to put coloring on them.
Okay.
It's
Yes.
hard to put coloring on plastic though.
It is hard to
So
put
it's
coloring
a
on
good idea.
plastic.
Just yeah, it's hard,
Um,
but
why don't you
yeah.
use something like wrapping paper?
Yeah,
And
this place and this bag is wrapping paper, but in this small one and there's the nails and the fork in here, so it's very hard to put the paper in it.
the wrapping
And
paper.
on the seat and the handle is like it's not have the height like it's not have the same height with this with
Okay,
what's
and
called.
don't you have paint? Won't paint work?
Yeah, we have paint, but they have the word color. I have the acrylic color, so tomorrow I have to bring it
Acrylic.
on.
Yes.
Yeah,
Acrylic
acrylic.
will work
Um,
better on plastic.
yeah, it will not stick in the plastic because no, but when we look over and we will not scratching it out, it will look better than the watercolor because the watercolor is will look like some water is on the seesaw.
Okay, yes, because watercolor is usually very I
Wet.
won't say
Water.
runny, it's very thin.
Yeah.
So because it's very thin, um, it doesn't really stick to plastic. But your acrylic paint is quite thick. It's like very goopy. So your acrylic paint will work better on plastic than what it's going to work on, or than what your watercolor is going to work on plastic.
Yeah, it will stick on, but it will not change the color differently because when we use our nails, scratch it out, it will rub out.
Yes. That's why I paint it, don't scratch it, try and leave it. Okay, good. So you have an idea of what you're talking about, which is a good thing. Okay, so now let's go back to our book. Okay, we're starting with number 2 now, which is memorable trips. Have you ever taken a memorable trip?
Memorable trips. I think many though.
Okay, memorable
I
means something that you like remember, something that was really good and really nice, so you remember it.
at at the moment, I remember all my trip I got though, because I started to have a trip. If if um if I don't count the trip that I go to my hometown, no, my hometown is very like mm, similar to me because I born in my city now, but I live in my hometown right, from 1 year old to 2 year old. And when I on two, my this house is finished, so I go here to live. So my hometown is not very far far away, or is different because if I live in my city now, I just go to hometown about once to twice. No, not once or twice. We have have to go to our hometown five over 5 to 6 times a year.
Okay, 6 times a year. Okay, but if you have
Yeah.
to think of all the trips that you've gone on, which trip pops up into your head first? So if I say, what trips have you gone on? What is the first thing that pops into your head?
All of them.
All
Like.
of them. Okay. Because usually when somebody says something is memorable, it's the first thing that pops into your head. So, like if you ask me, okay, for example, I like cars. I really like cars. So if you had to ask me, what was your most memorable car? Straight away, I'll tell you my Golf. Because it's the first car that pops into my head. Because it's the car that I liked the most and the car that I enjoyed the most. It's also the car that gave me the most problems. The
Okay.
doors didn't work, so I climbed in through the boot.
Okay.
But yes, that's what memorable means. It's something that you don't have to think of. The minute you mention a topic, the first thing that pops into your head would be the most memorable one because it's the one that you are most fond of.
Okay. I don't know because I just when I talk, I'll have to list ones to ones, but what is pop into my head is all of them. I can list them already. No,
You
not
can,
really. Definitely all of them because I don't have, aside my hometown though, I have the trip from just grade two and I am just grade six, so it's not very much trip on that.
okay, so okay, that makes sense. If you haven't been on very many trips, then you're going to remember all of them because for you, it's something new, it's something different. It doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we look here, the first thing you're going to notice is your circle is divided into four because there are four
Right.
seasons in a year.
Or, yeah.
So we have spring, summer, autumn, fall, winter, hot, sunny, windy, cloudy, wet, cold, snowy, mountain, forest, beach, and frozen lake. Okay, so here, from here to here, That looks like spring.
Okay.
From
I don't know what country season it is, but it's just like mine in here. Frozen? No. No, it's not very light though.
Okay, so what season are you in at the moment? What season is Vietnam in?
The season in here is now it's November, right? It's winter, but it's very hot. Hotter than the last summer though. I don't know why,
Okay,
but
because
it's
here,
hotter than the summer.
yeah, here for us now it's summer,
Yeah.
but it's slightly
We
cold. So I
have
think we swapped. We have your
yeah.
we have your winter and you have our summer.
Yeah. I don't know, but we usually have from January to March is spring. From April to June is summer. From July to September is autumn, and from October to December is winter.
Okay. Now you call it autumn. Now autumn has that season has got two names. We call it
Yeah, I have
autumn,
fall.
you call it autumn. America usually calls it fall because all the leaves fall off the tree.
I know it, but it's just make me remember more because the fall is like falling off. I
Yes.
this
It's the easiest
yeah
way to remember it. Fall, the leaves fall off the tree.
yeah I know, but the three rest of the season have to speak two sounds, but this the autumn have the fall is having one sound. It's just giving me like it's just not like a season. And
Yeah.
sometimes I like to say the sentence like the leaves in the fall is falling down.
Yes, the leaves in the fall is falling down. Yes, you can make very funny sentences out of it. But we just use autumn. But you can use either one. They are both correct. It just depends on where in the world you are from and what your country generally says. So the other children that speak English, do they say fall or do they say autumn?
Well,
Okay, if you speak to anybody else in your country in English, do they call it fall or do they call it autumn?
usually in my country they'll learn two of them because usually they'll learn um the English from English, okay? The English from uh for to they go to for the exam like pets, cat, adults or things, and in our school they use the English of England. So and usually the teacher that teaches out of school time, they usually teach Americans because it's more popular than English now.
Yes.
So we should learn
American
both.
English is very popular because American English is what you see on majority of your TV programs. Because
Yeah.
majority of your famous movies, your famous series, it all comes from America. Very seldom will you see, okay, it sounds weird, but very seldom will you see an English movie. An English movie being England, Scotland, Ireland, the UK.
Yeah, I know. Like you see, autumn is the words of English, but I just said it autumn with the sound the way to pronounce of American.
Yes. Okay, so now when is spring in your country? You said spring is from
Spring from January to March.
January to March. Okay. And when is the best time to visit your country? What is the best
best time.
season?
Yes, the spring. Because in the summer it's very hot here. We just have to work very because when we go out, we stand no, we stand under the sun for about 15 minutes. We'll feel that our body is burning up. Our skin will think is on steeper, stiff because is will feel is a little hurt. Yeah, in summer.
Okay, good. Um, and then what is the most interesting places to visit in Vietnam?
I don't know it all, so I can't say for it because one people have one opinion. In the north, if some countries have snow, and if they are not very suitable of the hot in here, they should go to Sapa in the north.
Okay,
So because in the winter when it's have snow, and in
okay.
the summer it's not very hot.
Oh, so you can go visit there in the summer too.
Yeah, because it's not very hard because the summer in Sapa is just like the spring in here. I just
Oh,
in the middle of the country.
okay. Yes, like here, we live in a place called Durban. Durban is known as summer all year around.
Alright.
So even if it's winter, do you work in degrees or Fahrenheit? Degrees Celsius or degree Fahrenheit?
Celsius.
Celsius. Okay. So our winter, majority of the days, we are still looking at like 24, 25 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So most of Durban's people will still go to the beach and will still swim in the middle of summer. I mean, in the middle of winter. And usually our coldest that Durban gets is about 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Where if you go to other places in South Africa, it goes all the way down to like minus 10 degrees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So our
Mm,
winter is not as bad as the other places in South Africa.
yeah. In the okay. The coldest winter I ever got in this city is 11 Celsius degrees Celsius.
Okay.
It's not very cold, 11.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
cold,
coldest.
but it's not
It's
that
the
cold.
coldest in here I should ever got.
Okay. And what is the warmest that your country goes up to? What's the hottest that you've seen your temperatures?
In my city or in the whole country.
Your city.
In here, the hottest on. Okay, I just say about the weather that I ever get because the before I don't know. Okay,
Yes.
it's about 40 to 42.
Okay, 40 to 42. That is very hot. That
Yeah.
is you want to melt.
Yeah. And
Okay.
it is just lucky to me because on that time the COVID pandemic is boom. So I just sit in my house and turn the air conditioner off.
Yes, the air conditioner is the best invention ever made.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want you to do for homework, because you're not going to be able to answer it now, I'll send it to you. I just took a picture of it. This here. So what I want you to do is speak to your mom, your dad, your best friend, anybody. Speak to two people and find out what is their most memorable trip So, like here, where did you go on your most memorable trip? I went to India. Who did you go with? My father. How did you feel before the trip? I was very excited because I always wanted to go there. Okay, so you are going to speak to two people and find out what their memorable trip was, who they went with, and how they felt. Okay,
Okay.
so here, practice with a partner and think up how much time do we have? Okay, and think up one more answer for each. Okay, so here they're asking what the weather was like in India. So they said it was summer, so it was hot and humid. What did you do there every day? We went to historic places and museums every day. Okay, so here we have a table and it tells us India, they went in summer, so it was hot and humid. Canada, they went in winter, so it was cold and snowy. So they went skiing and ice skating. Germany was fall, so it was cool and windy. So they camped by the river and went fishing. Hong Kong was summer, so it was hot and rainy. So they went shopping. Okay, so tell me about Vietnam because now we have to add one more. Okay, so we can say Vietnam.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about
Summer
the
and
summer, fall, winter?
mm, can you choose on?
Okay, talk about your autumn.
Okay, the autumn here is the leaves is not fall like other country. The tree is just not green as summer and spring, but it's just green.
Okay, and what is the weather? Okay, hold on. Let me stop us here. Okay, it's gonna cut us off now. So I'm gonna end the lesson, come back for your last 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay.